welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be explaining in detail my social anxiety. I figured I'd start off an actual video on something that most of us can relate on, mental illness in general, because I also suffer from depression as well. Not fun. I just do a quick disclaimer. I might cry during this because for some reason every time I talk about my emotions I tend to cry. So I'm going to do this in 3 parts. First I'll talk about social anxiety from like when I was younger until now. Then I'll talk about how I'm so emotional and sensitive to things. The third one will be night terrors. I don't know if that has anything to do with my anxiety, but I feel like it does, so I'm gonna mention it anyway. My social anxiety. I remember having anxiety in general ever since I was quite young. I didn't realize it was anxiety until 7th or 8th grade, because I just thought I was like, you know, shy, and that's what people told me, like I'm just a normal shy person who just needs to like get out there and make friends and do things, but later found out that is not the case. My old classmates know me very well that anytime and every time I would go up for a presentation, I would cry. I feel like that is like a panic attack in a way, because I was just so overwhelmed with emotions and I was overthinking it and stuttering my words, so then that made me more emotional, and I just tears all the time and every time, which really sucked because I couldn't, you know, I'd get shitty marks for that because I wasn't able to do a presentation. Not only could I not do that and get noted and like get good points during school, it was very embarrassing. I feel really bad for my old classmates because it must have been very frustrating, because you know, once Kailey walks up to the front of the class, there's just gonna be tears. She'll say one word and then she's gonna leave the room and cry for a bit. So that sucked. Another early memory, I feel like my grams tried to put me in soccer, like Timbit soccer when I was young. In the middle of a game, started crying. I cannot, I swear to God, I can't do anything without crying because it's just my anxiety. I don't know how to describe it. It's like an overpowering feeling that I can't control, because once I start crying, I can't stop crying, and it's just a cycle. And it sucks. It really sucks. Another after school activity that I did was dance class, and I did that for a good 3 years, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It's just every time we went to go on stage and show to an audience, what do you think I did? I cried, or I would mess up the whole dance that we practiced for months. It's just the pressure of people watching me. I'm a little girl, like why was I paranoid about them judging me and watching me? No idea. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about school. Now, growing up, it was okay. It wasn't absolutely shit, but it wasn't the best, I'll tell you that right now. Anything relating to like presenting in front of the class or the school, not there for it. My anxiety would be like, nope, I'm tears, like not happening, sorry. I also wouldn't go out of my way to make friends. Like I would, you come up to me and say hi and like you want to be friends, like fuck yeah, I want to be friends, but like I just physically can't. Sometimes my body's just like, no, we're not gonna approach someone and say hi. But I also feel like I didn't really have a problem with making friends, because I remember being friends with quite a few of you guys. And I don't know how that worked out, but glad we were friends because, you know, I was talking about going up in front of class, like, that was embarrassing, things like that. I have so many embarrassing stories in grade school that every time I remotely think of them, I cringe so bad because these memories, these very embarrassing stories, they haunt me. I'm not here for those embarrassing moments. So I try to like put them in the back of my mind because I don't want to think of them. Now, once we got up to high school, that was a different story. Ninth grade, first day of high school, I thought it was a great idea to dye my hair raspberry pink. I mean, I liked the hair color and it looked nice when my hair was straight and everything, and I got a good amount of compliments, but yeah, just you have social anxiety, Kailey. Let's go out of our way to bleach our hair and put it the brightest color you can. I feel like high school for me was not the best time. Like, I was very self-conscious with myself because I was always like a chubby kid. I've always been one of the bigger girls in class. Like, I'm overall very self-conscious. I think about maybe 10th grade, I finally told the teacher, like, I can't go up in front of class without crying, so I'm going to have to do this one-on-one with you because this is not working out, and I don't feel like embarrassing myself more than I have the last 9 years of my life. So with anxiety, a lot of regret has come along with it. Now that I'm 20 years old, I do regret quite a bit in the past, and my anxiety eats at that, which really affects me some days on. It really affects me. Even just talking about it is making me emotional. Can't cry, my makeup looks nice. I regret a lot of things, like not participating in school as much, you know, not playing as many sports, not going out to dances, you know, making friends, hanging out with people from my class more, like just being social, because I physically and mentally and emotionally could not. And it really fucking sucks. Also, not being myself, because even now I'm still not 100% myself. So I'm hoping that making this channel will definitely bring out me, like my inner me that's been hiding for a very long time. Getting emotional. One major thing that I'm very regretful of is not graduating. But that's because of a different scenario. I mean, in general, I wasn't. Like, once I got to 11th grade and 12th grade, I just basically gave up. My depression and anxiety were very overwhelmed. My boyfriend at the time came down to see me, like, mid 12th grade. You know, things were rocky. My depression was through the roof. My anxiety was through the roof. Like, things just weren't good at all. So I moved up here to change the scenario and get, like, kind of like a fresh start, you know, where I don't know anyone, which someone with social anxiety in a place that you're not comfortable with and meeting new people. Great idea, Kailey. But in the end, it definitely did help me coming up here, because at first, yes, it was hard, but it definitely helped me grow and mature and just not be as anxious of the world and people. I'm very grateful to be up here. I do very much miss my family back home. I miss all my friends so much, and I really wish I could have been there. I would definitely say my anxiety has definitely impacted my life in a big way, and I really wish I didn't have it, because I just, the regret. Don't cry, your makeup is nice, don't cry. Next part we're going to talk about is emotional, and as you can tell, I am quite the emotional person. I cry at anything and everything, honestly. Whether I'm happy, I'm mad, I'm sad, anxious, depressed, like just anything. Certain things I find trigger my emotions. I don't know why, they just do. Like I said, being up in front of a crowd, any social situation. So if I'm in like a room of people, I'm in a really long line waiting for something. Just on Friday, I had to go to the bank, and there was like this weird ziggy line to get to the counter, and I was in the middle part, so there was people surrounding me, and I started getting really warm. I like started like shaking a bit. I was just like staring at the ground, avoiding eye contact. Like I was not having it, because I can't stand being around big groups of people. So I just realized at this part I did not finish talking about what I was talking about. Basically, that was pretty much it. Just in general, I'm a very emotional person, always have been, always will. I care about other people's feelings and how they feel. Like I said, I'm just naturally a very emotional person. Night terrors. I've had night terrors my whole life. I remember having them when I was really, really young. I wouldn't sleep in my own bed until I want to say I was like 8 or 9, which is pretty embarrassing, but it is what it is. My night terrors would consist of my family getting hurt. Because I live with my grams, my mom lived out in BC at the time, and it was right around the time when she had my little brother Owen, and I would have these very scary night terrors that just, I would just wake up in a panic. I wake up crying. The one time I think I woke up and having a meltdown, and those were the recent ones where I just have this wicked, like I wake up in tears, like I'm hyperventilating, like it's not a good time. Really affects my day, I realize. Like, say if I had a very scary dream or night terror of my mom and my little brother getting hurt, which I used to have, whether it was a natural disaster, whether they're getting kidnapped, killed, like graphic things that little kids shouldn't, be dreaming of. I would dream of that, and I would wake up, majority of the time when I was younger, I would wake up tears, like just bawling my eyes out and shaking, because I was just so anxious and worried about my mom. If you don't know, I've lived with my grandma since I was a little baby, basically, because my mom had me very young when she was 16, and she was dealing with her own issues of addiction and things. So Grams was very kind enough to take me in and take care of me for my whole 16 years of my life, which I'm very grateful for. Thanks, Grams. While I was with my Grams, my mom was still out in BC, because she likes out She likes Edmonton, she likes BC where her dad lives, all that stuff. I would just get so worried and so anxious about her because she was so far away that I think it just triggered something in my mind to give me night terrors almost every night, which really messes with me a lot. I think a couple weeks ago I started having night terrors again. Like, I don't even remember when I could tell you. I just know one of them I woke up scared, maybe because I watched too many scary movies, but I woke up terrified. I don't know why. Like, I've watched a scary movie and I just got jump scared. I don't know if that's an indication of something else, paranormal or something, but I hope it wasn't because I mean, I love spooky stuff, but like, do not mess with my sleep. I do not get a good enough sleep on a normal night, so do not mess with me when I'm sleeping. But there was that. I woke up like jolted out of my sleep because I was terrified. Another one, I woke up hyperventilating and crying. Those ones were dreams about my boyfriend, and it was like stupid stuff. Like, if it was a stupid dream, you would think he'd just wake up and be like, that's stupid. No, I woke up like panic attack mode activated, hyperventilating, crying. I woke up like my face was just like full on tears. The pillow was wet, full of tears. It's like I was crying in my dream, and I woke up crying, which I'm used to. Makes for a shitty day for me, honestly. Like, I'll go on thinking about that dream, that irrelevant dream during the day. It'll affect my mood. I will be down or upset or just bothered in general, which again sucks because like I don't have really control. I really hate night terrors. I think most of them are of me waking up in hysterics, so crying, hyperventilating, and I wish I can get rid of it. They don't go away. They go away for a while. If I'm really anxious or I get really stressed, then they come back and they're like, I didn't really clarify where did I get my anxiety, how do I deal with my anxiety. When I was in high school, they had a school counselor. It definitely helps. It really does. Because just getting it off your mind and off your chest, it does wonders. With my social anxiety, it feels like I have some ADHD, but I've never been diagnosed. My mom has anxiety, depression, and ADD. My uncle has very bad ADHD. My grams, I don't think she might suffer from something, but I don't know if she does or not. It runs in the family. My little brother mentioned to me a little while ago that he has very bad anxiety. I went to counseling in high school and it definitely helped because they give you ways to deal with it, talk about what you're anxious about, maybe they can help. It's very, I don't know, for me it was very calming because we talked about what I was anxious about, what I could do to make it better, which was nice. I'm thinking about getting a counselor here again because I have been anxious here and there and I have a lot of stuff on my mind because my mind just goes and goes and goes. Like, I'm constantly thinking about things, what I'm doing now, in the next hour, tomorrow, like, it goes. Like, when I'm at work, it's the worst because they don't put the radio on and my thoughts are just, they're going constantly and it's very draining, actually. By the time I get home, I don't feel like doing anything at all because I've just been go in my mind all day. Even though I haven't done anything like physical, my brain has been go all day that everything else is just drained and all I want to do is sleep. I am constantly exhausted. I know I told you guys that I was doing good and better, and I am, but most of the time I come home from work and I just chill out, don't do anything, and fall asleep by 8 have a nap right after work, and then stay up for an hour or two, and then go back to bed. I actually had a very hard time starting this channel because my motivation was so low. I would say anxiety has definitely affected my life in a big way. Still does till this day. I still get very anxious at work some days. I still get depressed on some days. It's a never-ending battle with yourself, and the first thing you need to do is probably talk to someone, anyone, whether it's family, friend, hotline, a counselor, like anyone, just to like get it off your mind, get off your chest. If you're telling your friends or family, they can definitely give you advice and relate and just be there for you when you're going through the struggles. When you're struggling with mental illness, you definitely need a good support system and like try to motivate you, you know, just get you out of your funk. It really helps when you have people there to support you and push you to do better and get better. I'm very grateful for Grams, who has done so much for me, my closest friends and my not so close friends for supporting and being nice and just being there for me, my coworkers that I see almost every day. I'm grateful for you guys because I would not be able to work there if you guys weren't amazing. I'm thankful for my boyfriend and his family who have supported me non-stop the last couple years I've been here, and I appreciate everyone that's been in my life and that is in my life, because you guys definitely are there for me and I feel the love and I appreciate you all so very much. So yeah, that's my story and my anxiety and depression and just struggles I've dealt with. I hope this helped you or relate to some of this, and just know that if you guys are struggling with anything, you can definitely come talk to me. I will gladly listen and support you. Shit, we can become friends, like, since we're both struggling. Just know that you all are beautiful and I appreciate all of you. You all mean the world to me. I just want to say a big thank you to my Facebook friends. I shared my first video on Facebook and I really wasn't expecting that much love and support. For some reason, I was really self-conscious about posting that video because I don't like the way I speak, I don't like the way I look and all that stuff. So I just want to say thank you so much for supporting my channel and, you know, watching my videos. Alright, well that's it for today. I am all talked out about my anxiety. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever time of the day it is, and we'll see you next time.